Next thing is refine, right? You recognize your purpose, recognize your unique abilities, recognize your talents, your giftings, recognize what people compliment you for, recognize what you love to do, recognize what pain you have overcome, recognize the things that interest you, recognize your desires, recognize the things that excite you, that anger you, recognize what you would do if money, time, and fear weren't an issue. Once you recognize these things, you will definitely find one of them, something that stands out to you that you should go after. When you recognize that, the next thing you do is to refine it, right? So in the place of refining, you begin to read about it. You begin to research your interests, and you begin to profile it. How do you profile this interest? You first of all, before we talk about profiling, you research, you read, take every online course that talks about that interest, read every book that talks about that interest as much as you can lay your hands on, courses as much as you can find. Google is an absolutely amazing gift in times like this. You do not have to pay anything, just have internet subscription on your phone. Type it out. How do I cut effectively? What kind of things can you cut? How do I preserve my sharpness? How do I prevent myself from going blunt since I cut so well? We're assuming that you're the knife now, right? So those hidden interests, those passions that you carry, start reading about them, right? You will see that as you read about them, you begin to see what other people are doing in that area. You begin to see what problem it solves in society. You begin to see who has that problem, and then you profile yours, right? So that's in refining, we talk about profiling. Now you start to profile your interests, your passion, your desire, your pain. You profile it and you say, your purpose, right? Your gifts, your talents, your abilities. You start to profile it. How do you profile it? You ask, what problem can this gift solve? What problem can this unique ability that I have solve? What problem can these talents that I have solve, right? And when you identify this problem, you ask yourself again, who has this problem and where can I find them, right? So when you identify, okay, these are the people who have this problem, I can find them in hospitals, I can find them in communities, I can find them in the markets, I can find them in the development sector, I can find them as core members, I can find them in universities, they are young people or they are elderly people. Profile your gifts, profile your talents, and say, who has this problem and where can I find them? What problem can it solve? Who has this problem? Next thing you talk about is, in what ways can I solve this problem? Now this is where you reach to your core. How is it paining you? How do you think that it should be? What are the things that you think that can be done? And these are not like rocket science, simple, cost-effective ways. Maybe you think that if you want to have your hair, you're passionate about hairstyling, you can say these are different ways you can wash your hair to keep your hair hygienic. These are different ways you can style your hair. See, it may look very simple to you, but people will pay you to learn that thing because it doesn't come that easy to them like it comes to you, right? It comes so easily to you because it's your thing. So don't look down on it. People are losing sleep over it. Okay, you carry the light and they're looking for that light. It doesn't come that easily to them. So you need to package it as a solution. We can say 5 steps to have healthy looking hair, right? And you sell it. You can write, start to write Okay, start organize podcasts, start going live on Instagram, start going live on Facebook. You start creating posts around it. Do you have issues with your hair? Do you have this? Do you have that? Here are things that you can do to solve that problem. So think of creative, cost-effective ways to address the issue, right? To address that problem flowing from your unique giftings and talents, right? What is it that you know how to do? You can write so well. You're very good in communication. Teach us effective communication, right? You're very good in writing. So pick up topics that interest you and write about them. Like you're very good in teaching, right? Teach us. Pick up topics that interest you and teach us about them. Start in the most simple ways. You can start making posts about them on your handles or create a particular handle for them. Start talking about it. Start talking about it. Start writing about it. Start podcast on it. Before you know it, you become the go-to person when such issues are brought up, right? So that is how you profile your passion or profile your interest, profile your abilities. Think of what problem can it solve, who has this problem, and then in what ways can I solve this problem. Okay, once you identify these 3 things, you are on your way to making a difference in society, right? You're on your way to adding value to people, and you're on your way to creating impact and influence and earning. You start to charge for it, because nobody does it like you. So you're charging for the uniqueness and the solution that you bring and the clarity that you bring to people, because they don't see that issue the way you see it, right? So that is refining. Refining talks about researching your interest, reading about it, becoming more informed about it, gaining more knowledge about it, expanding what you know about it, gaining basically researching, reading about it. Read books, search on Google, right? Take courses on it. And when you understand it better, you start to profile it. You start to ask, okay, what problem can I solve with this? What problem can I solve with this? Who has this problem that I can solve? Who has this problem that I can solve? Where can I find them? Once you profile it this way, you will go to where you can find the people and offer your solutions to them. Ask yourself, in what ways can I solve this problem? That is where the value that you bring to the table is, in the way that you solve it. And let me tell you something. There can be 101,000 people doing something, working in a particular niche, but not all of them would deliver in the same way. That is why you have to show up, because nobody can do it like you. We might all be solving problems in the educational sector, we might all be solving problems in the health sector, but none of us see it through the same eyes. Our perceptions and perspectives and how we perceive these issues and these problems are informed by so many different things, by upbringing, your nature, your nurture, your values. These are things that differentiate you from others. So definitely in your delivery and in the way that you solve this problem, in the expertise that you bring to it and the solution that you bring to it, you bring it from your own place of purpose, from your own unique perception of it, and it will never be like any other person's own. So that's why you must show up, right? They're not doing it enough. They're not doing it how you should be doing it. So don't think that there are so many people playing in that niche. No, nobody's playing it like you would, right? That's your unique identity. So that is refining.